Welcome into the Bigger the Pill podcast. Y'all already know the saying, man. The bigger the headache, the bigger the pill, and you the pill, baby. That's anything you got going on in your life. I am your host, Curtis McNeil. We in the Western Conference Finals, y'all. Y'all already know, live audience. Make sure y'all like, comment, and share. That's the only way the channel gonna grow is if y'all grow with me, I grow with you, and we grow together. So we just had the OKC Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They just finished game one of the Western Conference Finals. We're going to dive into that. But before we dive into that, let's go over these round two predictions. I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. I usually do pretty decent with these predictions, man. It's looking kind of bad for me on the prediction side right now, y'all. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep doing our thing how we do our thing, man. I appreciate everybody that showed the love, everybody that showed the support. So, first we're going to dive into it. So, for round two, I had the Nuggets beating OKC in 7. That didn't happen. That's pretty self-explanatory when you think about it, man. Them boys need some help. They just fired their coach right before the playoffs started. I was surprised they made it as far as they did. I was surprised they made it a game as well as they made it a game. You feel me? We ain't going to dwell on that long, man. The night ain't going to be a long show. You know what I'm saying? Ain't going to be no long, outdrawn show, man. I had the Nuggets in 7. SGA did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Them Thunder, man, they lock up, they clamp up, and they make it real tough for you. You know what I mean? They make it real tough for you. So, got that one wrong. I had Nuggets in 7. OKC won in 7. I had the Wolves in 6. They did that. So we gonna go ahead and check that off. The Cavs, we ain't got much to say about the Cavs, y'all. Y'all already know, you know what I'm saying, them boys. Donovan Mitchell did everything he could. To be real with y'all, we gonna call it what it is. His teammates wasn't ready for that type of pressure, and them boys quit on him. You had players that had little minor injuries and didn't even want to play. You know what I'm saying? They taking games off like this still the regular season. It's not the regular season. Every game counts, every possession counts, every second counts, man. Point blank, period. So I had the Cavs in 6. That was wrong. Indy won in 6. As a matter of fact, I think Indy beat them boys in 5. Yeah, Indy got them boys up out of there in 5. That boy Ant, he done put another pelt on the wall, another 2-3 pelts. We ain't gonna say 2-3. We'll say 2. He got Jimmy Butler and Draymond. You know what I'm saying? We can't put Steph in that because Steph was hurt. So we ain't gonna hold that against Steph, man. Can't say that's Steph's fault. The man had 13 points in the first quarter before he got hurt in that series. It's like a hunter if he catch a piece of the animal and not the whole animal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But I had the Wolves beating them in 6. That was right. So we gonna move on along with that. Cavs lost in 5. I had them winning in 6. Like I say, man, key parts of that team gave up on Donovan Mitchell, and they just wasn't ready for playoff basketball. The type of injuries them boys suffered, there's no reason why you're not on the court playing. It's not like you done broke some done tore a muscle out the bone or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just little minor, little knick-knack injuries, and they gave up on Donovan. None of them boys should have really sat out. Donovan had to do it by himself. He ended up getting hurt. So that's over with. Indy won that in 5. I had the Celtics winning in 6. You know what I'm saying? That's another one where injury, you know what I'm saying, injury played a factor because you had Jason Tatum, you know what I mean, rupture his Achilles, hoping and praying for a speedy recovery for JT, you know what I mean? He went and got surgery done on that thing soon after he injured it. He went straight there to get that surgery done. I don't blame him, you know what I mean? Get it done, get it out the way. And we had the Knicks win that series. So for round 2, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. For round 2, I'm 1 and 3. You know what I mean? Then my finals pick that I had to switch to, that's no longer happening because the Celtics is no longer in there. But I still got the Wolves going to the finals. Right now, it's looking like my prediction is Wolves and Knicks. But after the night, I'm kind of shook on the Wolves pick because them Thunder is just I don't know what to say about them boys. Them boys could be looking horrible at one point, and then next thing you know, them boys taking off on you. You know what I mean? And that just come from careless basketball, for real. Turning the ball over. You know what I mean? Not hitting open shots, things of that nature or whatever. So, that was the round 2 predictions, you know what I mean? Like I told y'all, we ain't gonna have no long show tonight. I'm gonna breeze through this, you know what I mean? I missed y'all while I was on break. So, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get to it. This the Western Conference Finals. We gonna go ahead and do predictions now, and then we'll break down the game from the night. So we gonna do Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? And then we'll go ahead and break down the game for the night and preview the game for tomorrow. That's what I got on the agenda tonight. Like I tell y'all all the time, man, I appreciate y'all being here with me. You know what I mean? The love and support is always great to have y'all here with me. So for the Western Conference, I'm taking Wolves in 7. That's my pick, and I'm sticking to it. I really feel like Ant gonna make it all the way to the finals. Now, is he gonna win it? You know what I'm saying? That's another story for another day. You know what I mean? We'll get to that. But I'm taking Wolves in 7 for the Western Conference. And for the Eastern Conference, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wanted to be the Wolves and the Knicks, but something just telling me that these Indiana Pacers might really make it all the way to these finals, dog. Them boys play a brand of basketball that we was told you can't play in the playoffs. You feel me? They say the game slow down in the playoffs. That does not pertain to the Indiana Pacers. Them boys is running and gunning, and they playing defense, and they getting out in transition. But I'ma stick with my first mind, and I'ma go Knicks, and I'ma go Knicks in 7. Just because, you know what I mean, my boy Big Body Brunson been balling all playoffs. Clutch player of the year for a reason, you know what I'm saying? I'ma go Knicks in 7. So that's the predictions for the conference finals. I will be here with y'all after every game. What time it is right now? We got 11:30. So that'll be the new schedule for the remainder of the NBA season. 11 o'clock, 11:30. That's when I be on here with y'all. You know what I mean? We do our thing how we do our thing. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Now, let's jump into this game tonight, man. First off, let me start by saying this. I understand them boys was the number 1 seed. I understand that them boys at home. I understand all that. But refs, if y'all gonna blow that goddamn whistle, you gotta blow it both ways, man. It makes no sense that the Oklahoma City Thunder shot 12 free throws in the first quarter to the Minnesota Timberwolves 0 free throw. Make sure y'all hear me when I say this now. These boys shot 11 to 12 free throws in the first quarter. Minnesota didn't shoot their first free throws until the end of the first quarter. After they had been getting beat up the whole time, they're the more physical team. They're initiating the contact. Y'all won't blow the whistle for them. But you got SGA, he coming and he hooking folk like this, faking, you know what I'm saying? James Harden. And y'all blowing the mess out the whistle. Every time somebody touch SGA, he getting a whistle. Come on, man. Ain't the same type of player. You got to call it both ways, bro. The refs got to call it both ways, bro. Then you got, on top of the refs not calling it both ways, you got Naz Reid and Dante DiVincenzo. Where were y'all tonight? Y'all was not ready for game 1. Oh, well, Kurt, you know, man, you know them boys had 5 days off. So? Dante DiVincenzo, they don't ask you to do nothing but play defense and shoot the ball, bro. That's all they ask you to do, bro. Them boys don't ask you to do much. Naz Reid, same thing. Shoot the ball, play defense. That's all. Y'all ain't got to facilitate for nobody. Y'all ain't got to do none of that extra stuff. Where were y'all tonight? Then you got Julius Randle. I thought he was going for 40 tonight, how he was looking in the first half. This man come out in the first half and gave you 20 points before halftime. Second half of the game, this man finished with 8 points. Grand total of 28 points on the night and only gave you 8 in the second half. Come on, man. Last I checked, basketball, that's a 48-minute game. That's a 48-minute game. Where was you the second half of the game, man? You was the hot hand. You gotta help out, bro. You gotta do something. Then we had an Ant Edwards inconsistent night. He only give us 18. What you gonna do with that? You can't do nothing with that if you Minnesota. Rudy Gobert out here looking like he ain't never played basketball a day in my life. I seen this man shoot some of the craziest stuff I ever seen a player in the NBA shoot in my life. And you the tallest man on the court besides Chet. I seen this man, that man, the only thing he did right that night was dunk on Hartenstein. After he dunked on Hartenstein, I guess he thought he won the game or something. Game over or something. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Dante DiVincenzo, he another one. Having a horrible game. Coach sit him on the bench. When coach sit him on the bench, Minnesota take the momentum. Minnesota got the momentum. Come in after halftime, come back after halftime. Coach, you put this man in the game like this man ain't been scrubbing up the court all game. Put this man in the game and let this man cost you a win tonight. Dante DiVincenzo costed them a win tonight, bro. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. He costed them a win tonight. While he was on the court, he was a minus 20. They was losing about 20 points with him on the court tonight, man. And I'm pretty sure it was worse than that in the first half. Because the man was like 2 for 12 or something crazy like that in the first half. It was a reason he was on the bench and he was getting cooked. SGA kept getting fouls out for him. Can't stay in front of nobody, but you the two-way, you the 3-and-D. You the 3-and-D player on the court. That's what they bought you there for. You supposed to be one of the toughest guys on the court. I can't tell. Dante, you looked at horrible tonight. You looked at horrible tonight, and that's why y'all lost. Because you looked horrible. Look at this, 9 points on 3 or 14 shooting. Then you had Naz Reid give you 4 points on 1 of 11 shooting. Your two other players that usually give you some type of points shot a combined 4 or 25 from the field, man. And Naz Reid kept shooting them. He went 0 for 7 from the 3 line. He didn't even try to get to the rack. He wasn't even trying to get to the rack, bro. And kept shooting them threes and went 0 for 7. All right, y'all ain't learned from Boston? Y'all ain't learned from the Boston series, I see. You live by the 3, you're going to die by it. And I see y'all ain't learned that. Because you going 0 for 7 from the 3 line and you keep shooting it like you ain't got the ball handling ability to get to the rim, bro. Make it make sense. Naz Reid go 1 of 11 and Dante DiVincenzo go 3 of 14. You can't win like that. You can't win like that. Both of them are minus. Plus minus, minus 20. Naz Reid was minus 21. Come on, man. What we supposed to do with that, man? What is we supposed to do with that? Horrible. Horrible. There is no way both of y'all combined went 4 for 25, man. I wish I was making this up. I'm not. 4 of 25, man. Got me sitting in there watching the game, cussing at the TV like they my team. That's how bad it looked, bro. That's how bad it looked, bro. You not winning no game like that. Julius Randle, he give you 20 and a half and then disappear for the rest of the game. He He give you 20 before halftime and then disappear for the rest of the game while he out there throwing his hands up, showboating and smiling at the camera. Where was you second half? Where was you second half? Had an efficient night, but 13 shots ain't enough. The man went 9 for 13 from the field on 69% shoot. That ain't enough. That's not enough when you playing against OKC. 13 shots to my second leading scorer. Only 13 shots after you started the game on fire? You started the game on fire, bro. He was like, at one point in time, the man was like 3 or 4 from the three-point line. You started the game on fire, Julius Randle. And then the whole second half, you disappeared and only gave them boys 8 points. You only gave them boys 8 points after halftime, bro. What we supposed to do with that? And Edwards, you got to find some type of consistency within your game. You got to. Because this ain't your first game this playoffs. Although y'all been winning, this ain't your first game this playoffs to only give them boys 18 points and 40 plus minutes of play. This ain't your first time doing that. 36 minutes of play. Come on, man. How y'all gonna win like that? Jaden McDaniels, he go 3 or 5, but he foul out. You can't keep your hand out the cookie jar like you don't know SGA a foul baiter. Like you don't know this man gonna bait the foul. He gonna bait the whistle. You know this. He been doing it all year. The man averaged 9 free throws a game, man. He been doing it all year, bro. You steady putting your hand in the cookie jar like they got somebody that can come off the bench behind you and do better. They don't, bro. They don't, bro. You foul out the game and act like you mad. Don't be mad because you doing dumb shit. Excuse my French. That's dumb. You know he a foul baiter. You keep reaching. Every time you reach, he going to the line. And you kept doing it. Foul out the game. Like, come on, man. You got Jaden McDaniels. He ain't playing no smart defense. He done fouled out the game. Julius Randle disappeared after halftime. Rudy Gobert just doing Rudy Gobert type of stuff. He didn't even make no presence on the defensive end, y'all. That's all you got to do, Rudy. They know you can't score. All you got to do is play some defense, Rudy. That's it. That's all. Defense and rebounding, bro. That's all they ask you to do, Rudy. These boys hit you with a few dimes and you did some of the most off-the-wall stuff I ever seen in an NBA game from an NBA player. Like, come on, bro. How you catching the ball looking at the rim, but when you putting the ball up, you got your back to the rim like you a guard. Trying to do a reverse layup on who? For what? Catch that motherfucker. Man, excuse my French, y'all, because it frustrated me watching this game just now. Because they was setting Rudy up with some pretty passes, bro. You the tallest man on the court, bro. Catch the ball, power dribble, take off. Either they gonna fire you gonna score. Come on, man. I can go down the list. Back to Ant Edwards. Inconsistent. Although he rolled his ankle, but 5 of 13 and 38% from the field ain't gonna cut it. And you the star player. Let me go and put that out there. You the number one option on the team. You know what I'm saying? Facts though, bro. You the number one option on the team, bro. You the number one option on the team, bro. 38% from the field is not going to get it done, bro. 37 from 3-point, and you only gave them 18 points. With 3 assists, you ain't even try to get your team involved. You ain't even try to get your team involved. Mike Conley, look at this. 2 of 8, 25% from the field. 1 of 5 from 3. Come on, man. You can't win like that. And like I already done talked about Nas Reed and Dante DiVincenzo. I don't know what they got going on. Them boys totally disappeared tonight. Them boys was a combined 4 for 25 from the field tonight. Exactly. Rudy the tallest man on the court acting like he's scared. This man caught the prettiest pocket pass I ever seen somebody throw. Dante DiVincenzo threw this man one of the prettiest pocket passes I ever saw, bro. This man tried to do like some 360 reverse. Like, what is you doing? First of all, bro, you got 2 left feet, bro. You too clumsy to be trying to do all that. Number one. Number two, you're a defensive player, bro. Well, ain't nobody worried about you on offense. Them easy buckets. They ain't thinking you going up with it anyway. Easy buckets. You passing up on easy buckets and doing dumb stuff. Then you got Nikhil Alexander Walker. He come off the bench just because SGA, his cousin, is personal to him and he ain't give you nothing. He steady shooting threes and missing. 3 or 11 from the field. Look at this. 3 or 11, 27%. 2 or 9 from the 3-point line. But y'all steady shooting these threes. Like y'all ain't just watch Boston live and die by the 3. I'm confused. I'm confused, bro. I'm really confused right now. I'm confused. Then y'all come out after halftime, up 4 points, and let these boys run off a 10-0 run. As soon as DiVincenzo got back in the game, what I just told y'all, DiVincenzo ain't want to play no ball tonight anyway. He shouldn't have been in the game. I don't even know why the coach put him back in the game. You were winning, bro, without him. You put him back in the game and he costed you the game. The man costed you the game tonight. Look at 3. What is this? What is that? 3 or 14 from my 3 and D? The one that's supposed to be the shooter? Come on, man. Stop that, man. Stop that. And the coach is his fault too, because like I said, DiVincenzo wouldn't have got back on my court. Not after that first half performance he gave. Not after that first half performance he gave. I think he only had 1 field goal made in the first half. Them other 2 field goals that he had made, that came in the 3rd, 4th quarter. Garbage time. The game was over. Them boys had them push the lead up almost 15 points. What are we talking about, bro? I'm sitting at home on my couch and I see this. There's no way. There's no way. And it wasn't like nobody really did nothing on OKC to make you say, okay, I see why these boys lost like that. The only person that did what he do is SGA. He been averaging 30 all season. So that ain't even nothing new. Ain't like he did nothing amazing. The man been averaging 30 all season. He gave you 31 points tonight. On 10 or 27, shooting 37% from the field. There's no way y'all lost to that. Y'all lost to that. Come on, man. Chet gave you 15. Jalen Williams gave you 19. Isaiah Hartenstein gave you 12. And this is the thing that kills me about Isaiah Hartenstein giving you 12. This man shot all these jump hooks. Rudy Gobert did not jump and try to block, not nail one on. Just sat there and look at the man shoot the jump hook. Like, what are y'all doing? I understand y'all had 5 days off. I understand y'all handled y'all business. Y'all sent the Warriors home early, so y'all had 5 days off. So maybe it is a little bit of rust. But some of this stuff, bro, there's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. Rudy, you got 4 defensive players of the year under your belt, bro. And I promise you it ain't look like you even mattered tonight. It ain't no part mattered. None of you mattered. You was just out there, bro. You had some good cardio tonight. You did some running tonight. A huge part. There's no way you put Dante DiVincenzo back in the game after halftime, after the first half he gave you. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, bro. He wasn't guarding nobody. He wasn't scoring. And that's the only 2 things you asked the man to do since he been there. The man ain't guarding nobody. The man wasn't scoring. If you don't sit this man down, the man, come on, man. Come on, man. Make it make sense, dog. Make it make sense. Then you got Lou Dort. Once the lead done ballooned and they done took off, now let's say Lou Dort hitting threes. Everybody hitting threes now. Don't nobody want to play no defense, and y'all letting everybody shoot threes now. That's why y'all got beat like this tonight. 114 to 88. Come on, man. Come on, man. And then my question is, Julius Randle, how you quit on them boys like that? Because that's what you did. That's what you did. You started the game off as the hottest man on the court and only gave them 8 points after halftime. I'm confused. You finished with 28, had 20 before halftime, and disappeared, bro. I'm confused, bro. I'm confused because there's no way. There's no way. SGA was 0 for 4 from the 3 line, bro. But hey, that's just like I just said about them Indiana Pacers when it come down to OKC now. Them boys get out and them boys play defense and they get out and run. A lot of them was transition points that y'all was giving up. But come on, man. Come on, man. You got to have some type of pride about yourself if you ask me. There's no way I'm about to let y'all just do that like that. And they just sat there and let them boys do that. I can see that. I can see OKC and NY. I'm going to be real. I can see a couple of different scenarios for that NBA final. I can see a couple of different scenarios for that NBA final. What I want is the Wolves and the Knicks. Because I feel like that's going to be a grittier finals and it's a better storyline. But how it's looking is going to be OKC and Indiana. Both teams play defense. Both teams get out and run, bro. And every time them boys getting turnovers and getting out and running, they blow whoever they playing out. Just that simple. It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense. This was a winnable game for Minnesota tonight. A more than winnable game for Minnesota tonight. Because OKC was in there sleepwalking anyway. It wasn't until the third quarter when OKC finally woke up. Both teams was in there sleepwalking. But like I said, that also got a lot to do with the refs too. Cause it was some bad officiating going on tonight too now. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Hey, shout out Kevin Quall, shout out my cousin, man. 20 stars on the night. I appreciate the love like always, man. Appreciate you coming in. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. You watched the game tonight? I hope you didn't, because it wasn't worth watching, big dog. I hope you didn't. I'm kind of upset that I sat and watched that. I thought Ant was going to at least give me 25. It would have made the game better for sure. But I don't know what he got going on. He's so inconsistent, but you want everybody to classify you as a great, as one of the greats that's in the game right now, and you can't even give us a consistent performances. You can't even give us consistent performances, bro. Yeah, you young, and only 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? He might get better, he might not. But where is the consistency, bro? To be a star, you have to be consistent. Take SGA, for example. That man can have a bad game, and he's still going to give you 30. Like, come on, bro. He had a bad game tonight and still gave you 31. The man only shot 10 of 27 from the field, man. The man shot 14 free throws. Hey, shout out my boy Chavis. Yes, sir. Appreciate the love for the stars, bro. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the man had a horrible game tonight. Shot 14 free throws. Yeah, and you can't classify yourself as one of the best if you're not consistently the best, dog. That's just my opinion. Like, you cannot classify yourself as one of the best if you're not going to consistently night in and night out be one of the best, bro. And that's part of the reason they lost tonight too. Like, come on, bro. And I talk junk because Julius Randle disappeared after halftime, but hey, I ain't gonna lie, Julius probably was mad as hell. Probably, man, ain't no way I got 20 before half and ain't nobody else out here trying to help me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, I got 20 before half, bro. Ain't none of y'all trying to ball tonight? I might would have got mad and took a little break myself too. Because that's crazy. I can't say that, and I can't say that. I see what you saying, Chavis, but I can't say that. Cause you know what I'm saying? They played some solid teams. It was just injuries that really helped them out. Cause you know what I mean? You had the Warriors series, Steph get hurt. You know what I mean? Then you had our series, Luka playing hurt, and he wasn't even conditioned to even be, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, but a win is a win. I ain't gonna take none of that from him. I ain't gonna give nobody no excuses. A win is a win. He done handled business to be back in the Western Conference Finals for the second time in a row. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say all that, and I ain't gonna give nobody no excuses. But this right here tonight, this was unexcusable anyway. If you watch this game tonight, this here was unexcusable. Like this right here, no. If they keep doing this right here, what they just did tonight, OKC gonna sweep them boys. Yeah, they was gonna beat y'all with Steph out anyway because playoff Jimmy, I don't think he got what it take to hit that next level like he used to doing. So that you gotta really blame playoff Jimmy for that, bro. You gotta blame playoff Jimmy for that one, bro. Cause playoff Jimmy should have been able to beat them boys by himself if we got the real playoff Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Jimmy Butler was into it anyway. You feel me? So that's what really cost y'all that series. Jimmy Butler ain't show up. You know what I mean? And the one game he did show up was ironically the one game Ant showed up and gave you 36. You feel me? But this right here, what they just put on that court tonight, they keep playing like this, and the Thunder gonna sweep them boys. I'm telling y'all heard it here first, and I took the Wolves in 7. They keep playing like how they played tonight, and OKC will sweep them boys. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. OKC gonna sweep them boys. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's a fact now. JJ Redick is definitely part of that reason now. Jimmy just getting old, man. Jimmy 36, I think. How old Jimmy is? I think Jimmy just came up on 36, 35, something like that. Jimmy getting old just like the rest of them, man. You know, our era of players, them boys about to check out. You know what I'm saying? Them boys been doing it for a little minute now. You know what I'm saying? Let me check that though real quick. I'm not mistaken, Jimmy like 35. Yup, 35. Born September 14th, 1989. Them boys are getting old, man. It's hard to kick it into that next gear, you feel me? And you're getting old like that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Nobody. Julius Randle was being physical in the first half, and that got him 20 points. That's why I was confused as to why he disappeared like that in the second half. And I'm sitting there watching the game like what's going on, bro? You feel me? Like, that made no sense to me, gang. It really didn't, because it's like, man, what? Why, bro? It wasn't like you had nobody out there that could stop you. It was nobody on that court that could stop Julius Randle one-on-one, bro. That's the reason why he had 20 points going into halftime. Hartenstein, too slow. Chet, too light in the ass. Everybody else, too light in the ass. He gave 20. Going into halftime, had done shot 3 or 4 from the three-point line. Was killing people on the ISO one-on-one. Back down, post fade. And then after halftime, he disappeared, man. Halftime disappeared. I ain't see him. I don't know where he went.